Hi team, Brendan here. So I just wanted to share how to monitor or track your HR projects. I actually did some work last week with the employment relations team with some spreadsheets that they use. So they track all their incoming mail and the issues that they're dealing with, investigations, disciplinary action, that kind of stuff. And so I'm just going to show you how you apply those same techniques in Excel for HR projects. I know a lot of HR teams have a large number of projects, and it can be a little bit challenging sometimes to track them. So I'll show you a really quick and easy way to do that. So this is what we're going to end up with, team. These are our 4 HR managers, Mary, Frank, Bill and Betty. And so we can do a tally to show how many projects they have which are pending, on track, delayed or completed. Really easy, all on one page. The HR director can look at this and think, oh, okay. So, Betty has 3 projects on track, 1's delayed and 1's pending. Whereas Bill, in this example, has 4 projects which are delayed. So let's go back and have a look and see how we got to this point. Here we have a very simple template with some projects that I've just written up, project titles. And this will be relatively familiar, I think, to most HR people. You have a list, you populate it in Excel, and that's kind of as far as it goes. What we're going to do is track the status and who's looking after what, in a really easy to do way that the manager or director of the HR unit can simply at a glance see what's going on. So I've pre-populated, it's got a drop-down list and status reporting, which we'll create as we go along. It's the HR project. So the way the spreadsheet works, and there's nothing in here, we're not going to miss any steps, we're going to do the whole thing, is that we need to have drop-down boxes. Free text encourages user input errors, and we really need exact text for this to work. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a drop-down list for managers. So I've done that already. We've got Frank, Mary, Bill and Betty, some project owners and status. Yep. I'm going to go back here. We're going to go on data validation again, and here we're going to choose list. And the source of the list, back to our drop-down list, and that's the source. Okay, and we're just going to run that down like that. So every time someone clicks on one of these, they can't enter text, right? What they can do is select from the names that we've put in there, that we've decided these are our managers. Now we're going to do the same thing for the owners. Again, data validation, list, source, back to our drop-down list. These are our project owners, or the team members of the HR area. And same thing, we'll just carry that down. And then status is the last one. So again, we can't type anything in there. We need to choose from one of the subjects. So here we are, through the magic of YouTube. The form I've completed. I haven't bothered putting in free text. I usually put free text in here, but I have gone through and chosen from the drop downs on each to assign them to managers etc. And what we're going to do over on the side here is we need to get a way where we can count up, for example, Frank as a manager. So how many of Frank's projects are on track? How many are delayed? How many are completed? And how many are pending? This is how we do this. This is really, really simple. No. So it's just a space in there. Right. So now, actually, I won't put it there. I'll just put it here, just so we can see it a little bit easier. So now you'll see this one, Betty on track. If we change that to delayed, this updates as well. So what we've done, basically we're going to use what's called a count if formula, and we're going to count the occurrences of each one of these. And that allows us to get a tally of where the managers are up to. And so we're going to do that here. So the first thing we need to do is we just need to arrange it. So all we need is those. And it's just making our list here. Yep. So now we're going to form the list. Let's see, Mary pending. And then here we're going to find the counter formula. It's not, obviously I've been using this today, so it's already there. If it's not, just count if, and it'll come to the top. Okay. Excuse me. So criteria we're going to use is we want to find how many Mary pending, the range. We're going to go back to our HR project tab, and we're going to select, that's our range there. And we're just going to add in some dollar signs here. What these do is they make it absolute references. So when we click and drag this formula, the range won't change. The criteria will change, it'll drop down as it should, and I'll show you how that works. But we need those dollar signs in there to make them absolute references. So wherever we click and drag this formula on our status report tab, it won't change where it's looking. And we can see that Mary is 1. So now we are going to do the same thing. And we're going to make an absolute reference there, because I don't want it moving off 1. I don't want it moving off this row. Sorry, over here, click and drag. Sorry, I put that in the wrong place. I put it on the, there we go. That's it. And then we simply drag this. And we see very quickly now that Mary has 1 pending, 1 on track, no delayed, and 2 completed. So that's great. So we're just going to do the same thing for these other ones. But for that to work, I just need to put an absolute reference on the H. So I don't want, when I click and drag this, I don't want it moving off the H column, but I want it to be able to move along. and you'll see how that's working. Now, simply that. And now we can do that. So now, just delete that for tidiness. Now I can simply hide that. Do what you want there. Highlight that. And this is just for a column. So now we have it all of a sudden at a glance, and you might want to format these colors so they make more sense to you, but we can see Mary and Betty both have a couple of projects pending, but Bill has 4 projects that are delayed. So we'll be going up and following up with Bill and seeing exactly what's happening there. We've got Mary, Frank and Bill as well. They've all got one completed at least. So Betty, how far away from completing a project are you? So at a glance, that's how we can keep track of the projects that the teams that are doing, and we can obviously do this for any group. People might have been more interested in seeing the owners. The managers themselves might have been interested in seeing, well, where are the owners of the project? Where is my team at? And would go through exactly the same thing. And that's really it. Usually you sort of hide that, just looks neater. People have put their project outlines in here, due date and contributors. And there might be other agencies, other departments, or other teams or individuals, etc. It's just free text field. Drop down list, really important, and the status report, so at a glance. Hey, I hope that was helpful. Any questions, just list them below on my web page. Ideally, I check that a lot more often than I check my YouTube videos. So hey, thanks team, and I hope you found that useful.